Welcome to Hops and Drops TV. I'm here for another list review. My name is Karl and I'm gonna run the Ironjawz. My battle formation today will be Weirdfist. It gives a 6+ ward for infantry, and considering I only have infantry basically, means that I will get something 20-30 extra wounds in the army, which is really nice. My general for today is gonna be my Anvilsmasha. He's alone in his general regiment. I don't want anyone to have extra pluses to hit and wound against me, and my Ironjawz are, I don't know, damaged enough to not being in the general's regiment. My other regiment is my Megaboss on foot. He's with 20 Ardboyz, 10 brutes, and my Hakkin Krew, my Maw-grunta. First time running him, so that's gonna be exciting. He can do a lot of damage considering he's basically gonna be on a 5 damage attacks all the time. There is a little trick where you can run him all the time basically, even if you're not like going anywhere, just to get that extra 2 momentum points, because every time he uses a run he gets 2 momentum, and the redeploy counts as a run. So if you redeploy with him all the time, he will get 2 momentum points. Then my last regiment is my Warchanter. He's with my 2 unit of 5 brutes, basically to be able to hang back, be on objectives, maybe take the flanks in the later part of the games. Basically I feel like having 2 10 blocks of brutes is very limiting, so I'm trying to split it up into 2 5s. We'll see how it goes. My artifact is trophy skulls, I think it's called, on my Warchanter. He's basically counts as extra 10 on objective. I put it on him because he mostly the one hanging back on objectives. I think my Megaboss, where I usually have it, I'm gonna push forward with him, so I don't want him to, you know, if someone try and take my home objective, for him not to be there and count as 10, then would hurt me a lot. So I'm putting it on the Warchanter. And then my Megaboss has an eye for the fight, which means that when I redeploy with anything or within 12 of him, they will at a minimum redeploy 4, which is really nice as well. And I don't have any spells, any wizards, so no spell roar from my end. We did have an FAQ recently, the big battle scroll, which changed my list that I'm playing now a little bit. So I went down to 1940 points because the Anvilsmasha went down 30 points. Basically means that I get an extra command point. Always good in the first turn at least. So we'll see how it goes. I think I can take a lot of damage, a lot of hit against me, and then hopefully dish out enough damage on the way back. That sums up my Ironjawz list, and I'm heading over to handing over to Tom that I'm going against. See you soon.
Hey, I'm Tom and I'm going to be bringing back the Sylvaneth for this battle report. I played them in the first game, but since then we've had a bit of an FAQ update, so I thought it would be a good idea to bring the Sylvaneth back and try them out again with the new changes. So I am bringing Outcasts again. I still think it's the best sub-faction or battle formation available to Sylvaneth, and I think it lines up quite nicely with this style of list as well, especially Dryads, as they're such a great tar pit. I will go through my regiments, but that's going to be fairly straightforward because I'm bringing a 1-drop list. So I want to try Sylvaneth with a 1-drop because it is one of the armies that it's possible to do it with. I think it's quite important to be able to have that choice on whether or not you go first, especially with Alarielle, because one of my worst fears is that the opponent gets into my woods and then screens her out from being able to return if she's died previously. And that is easily doable on a double turn. So if I can deny my opponent getting a double turn by giving them first turn, that's good. And what better way to do that than bring a 1-drop? So my general is Alarielle, obviously. She's a War Master, she has to be. Then I have 4 other units. I have a Tree Lord, who I can bring in if Alarielle is my general. He's my other hero. I have a unit of 20 Dryads at the front here, and then I have 2 units of 6 Spiterider Lancers. The heroic trait and artifact that I'm bringing have to go on the Tree Lord because Alarielle can't take them. So the Tree Lord has Spell Singer, which means that if he is within 3 inches of a wildwood, he counts as a wizard. And he's also got the artifact, I think it's Seed of Rebirth, which means that when he dies on a 3+, he comes back to life with 1 health remaining. So he can come back to life the first time he dies, and then if he dies again, Alarielle can potentially bring him back on a 4+, and then I have lots of units that Alarielle can bring back as well. My spell lore that I'm bringing is, of course, the Sylvaneth spell lore, but I've also brought the Aetherwrought Machineries spell lore. So I have the Cogs, which is very effective with Alarielle, because -1 to hit on wizards that are wholly within 12 inches is very nice. It will also impact the Tree Lord. So with his Rampage, the Tree Lord could potentially be -1 to hit and -1 to wound, which is quite nasty. Then I have the Swords, obviously, and then the Pendulum. And the Pendulum can be quite nice as well if you're trying to stop your opponent from charging you. You can set it up so that by the time your opponent gets close to you, in their movement phase, you can move the Pendulum into combat with the unit that they want to charge with and potentially shut down that charge from getting into your lines. The idea behind this list is to leverage the FAQ a little bit. There's a few ways that I want to try and do that. The first one is the Dryads. I think the Dryads got a glow up with the changes because they can now be wholly within 12 inches of a 3-piece wildwood and still be -1 to hit and wound, which is vastly different to being wholly within 6 of a woods. It means you can have your woods a bit further back and they're less at threat then. The other thing I want to try is with 2 units of 6 Lancers and being 1 drop, giving my opponent first turn, potentially setting me up for the double turn, I can strike and fade with 1 of the units, wholly within 12 of hopefully a 3-piece wood somewhere on the table, and then the other unit can power through. That allows both units to get out of combat, and then I can, if I win the priority, take a double turn and they can charge in again and really capitalize on that. So I don't know if that's going to happen in this game. Hopefully I have the opportunity. Luckily Karl is playing a lot of models that are less than 5 wounds, so I will be able to get the power through with the Spiterider Lancers. But he also hits very hard, and I can't power through or strike and fade until I get hit back. So the brutes might just end up lifting these units of bugs before they can do anything or do that play. We'll see. Either way, I think that pretty much sums up the Sylvaneth. So I hope you enjoy the battle report, and we'll see you there.